I was doing rabbit chores this morning, and Ronwin, our buck, was kind of trying to breed one of our does, Ivy, this morning. As you can see, he's like sniffing her and trying to mount her, and she's been pregnant up to this point, so I thought that was kind of strange. Then also this morning I saw her pushing bedding into the tube of this nest box, like she was protecting something. And so I opened the nest box, and there's a whole bunch of fur in the back, and then I put my hands in, and I felt tiny little baby bunnies. Oh my gosh. Just got a fall off. I wasn't able to turn the camera on until I just finished, but our first fall off, so she's might be pregnant again. Okay, we're gonna check them a little bit and hold them, make sure they're all okay. Ivy usually has smaller litters, but oh, they're so full. Look at that big belly. That's so good. So 1 pink one, 2 pink one, 3 pink one, 4 black one, 5 black one, 6 black one. Wow, that's a lot. 6? Usually she has more like 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 of each color, 3 black and 3 pink. So cute. So we're just gonna leave them be and come check back on them later. And it looks like over here is where she pulled fur. There's like bits she accidentally dropped in this area. So that's pretty cool. It's like right kind of close to the nest box. And I guess she does look a little bit skinnier too. Are you a little skinnier? Yeah, did you have babies? Good mommy? What a good mommy. You're doing so much better than your last litter that we had this spring. You're doing so good. A good start to the breeding season, huh, baby? But Acrobat, as you can see, is still nice and big and pregnant, aren't you, mommy? Oh, yes, aren't you, mommy? You're going to have a lot of babies, aren't you? Do you like her dewlap, guys? What a cute little dewlap. Then Elodie, look at that big belly over there. She's nice and pregnant. She also, I think, has a little bit of a dewlap as well. What a big fat mommy. And then I'll have to go look at past videos and pictures, but I don't think Ivy had a dewlap as much. That was noticeable, but she for sure doesn't have one now. Oh, look at her. Checking the entrance, making sure it's still safe. That's so good. I'm so glad she's using a nest box and bearing the entrance. Okay, it took me a little while to find it because we haven't used it since last spring, or I guess since like June. But this is our rabbit breeding record sheet thing. So let's find Ivy. She's the first one since she's the oldest doe. And let's mark down this litter. This is always one of my favorite parts of having babies. The buck she was bred to is Ronwin, the buck. No idea when she was bred. She gave birth. What is today? It's October. Let me go check. Okay, I'm back. Today is October 9th, 2021. And total, we're born 6. Died so far 0. And that's in pencil, so we can rearrange it. So I guess 6 is pretty regular. She had 5, 7, 6, 5, 5, 6. But she's lost 1 or 2. So then that was 4, 4, 5, 6, and 0. Because she lost this entire first one. So far, if this number stays the same, this will be her best litter yet. And we saw Ronwin get 1 fall off with her. So I'm going to put October 9th. 21 with a question mark because it's possible she didn't drop eggs or anything. So just because there's a fall off doesn't mean for sure she's bred, but the likelihood that she is bred and things start kicking in again, because that's how it goes, give birth and get pregnant again and you have babies every month, it's very possible that's what's going to happen. But that's why I have a question mark there, is just because I don't know for sure. That's one thing that's bad about colonies, is you don't really know the breed date for sure, so you just have to guess whenever babies are going to be born. Then close this up, get this one, and it looks like last year's it was June 27th, and Ivy was the mom. So Ivy had the last litter of last breeding season, and the first litter of this breeding season. So October 9th, 21. The mom is Ivy, and Ron is the papa. Then let's see, what do? I keep forgetting. How many were born, then how many are surviving, the colors, and then notes. Okay, so born total, 6. Surviving, all, for now. That's in pencil. We might have to change it, which I won't be that surprised if we do have to change it, but hopefully, you always hope you don't lose any in a litter. And then the colors, for now, they are frozen in, so we can't tell exactly what the colors are going to be, but for now I'm going to put 3 pink and 3 black. And then notes. So these are notes about the litter and also about how good or bad the mom did. So, nested in nest box. So that's good. And pulled fur covered entrance. Oh, and I want to say which nest box you did, because sometimes I find does prefer a certain type of nest box or a certain nest box in a certain place, and I think that's just kind of fun to know. So, blue tub with lid that goes to it. The other blue tub nest box we have has a lid, but it's not the lid that came with it, it's just wooden, so this one will help me know which one it is. J0 babies are fed. And I don't know if they were born last night, so today is like the kind of beginning of day 1, or if they were born this morning. If they were born like last night, then it's possible that her first feeding already happened, but it's also possible she gave birth this morning and either fed them right away or didn't feed them yet and they're still full left over from being in her body. So I don't really know how all that worked out. So I'm just going to assume it's day 0, the day I found them. Then, sorry it's in pencil, it's kind of hard for you to see. But then whenever their colors come in, I'll erase the pink and black and put their actual colors. I can add more notes if she stops feeding them, or if some are super full and some aren't, and then know which ones to keep. But for now, this is all I have to do for marking down our first ever litter of this breeding season. I'm so excited. It's really fun to have baby bunnies, especially when you've had all summer without any. So this is really exciting. We were going to eat a watermelon for lunch today, but when we cut it open it was kind of not ideal, but still plenty safe and good for rabbits to eat, so they have been thoroughly enjoying it today. Here is Ivy. What a good mommy you are. Yeah, what a good girl. You did so well. Hi, can I pet you? No? Okay.
He can't
Except
see.
for his eyes are closed.
Oh, he's sleepy.
I checked on the kids tonight and they don't look fed. It's possible Mama will feed them later tonight or just do a feeding tomorrow morning. So we'll check on them tomorrow and see if she has fed them then or not. It's the next morning. Let's see if they're fed. Yeah, look at that bulge. I think they're fed. Let's check the other one just to make sure. I don't know. That one looks less so. It's possible she hasn't fed them yet this morning or won't feed them this morning. Or it's possible she did feed them, but they were just, oh my gosh, look at this belly. Yeah, she definitely fed them. It's possible that black one just didn't get enough. Look at that huge belly. Yay! This is so good. That's the little white one. This one's so fed too. Look at that. It's huge. It's huge. There's like 2 sides bulging. Oh yeah, look at this huge black one. Look at that huge belly. Oh my gosh. Oh, and that one too. Humongous. So that first little black one, this one, must just not have gotten at a proper spot, because like if you compare the bellies, most of them are fed and Ivy's producing milk, at least for now, and she's producing enough to nurse them and she's being a good mom. So this is like a complete turnaround from the last litter. So I think not introducing new rabbits in the colony right when babies are being born really works. 'Tis evening now. Gonna check on the babies again and see if any more litters are born. Anybody in here? Nope. And we know babies are in this one. Let's check the other one real quick. No bunnies in here either. Okay, now that that's all out of the way, let's check the cutest little babies. Here they are. Oh, they're already starting to get their fur in. Look at that. If you compare the two, like you can totally tell. Orange and white. And they're only a day old. This little one was super full this morning. Still pretty full left over from this morning. They don't look like they've been fed yet tonight, which is fine. It's possible Ivy's just doing once a day feedings. Let's find one of those really fat black ones. Oh, look at this guy. Look at him. Oh my gosh, look at that belly. It just makes me so happy. Okay, let's check the other black one. Oh yeah, he's still real skinny. So he hasn't been fed. He didn't get fed a lot this morning. Hasn't gotten fed since then. So we'll see how he does. And this guy got fed this morning. He's super big. All 6 of them are alive and doing well. I'm going to put some more bedding and stuff on top of them. Keep them nice and warm for the night. It was pretty hot this afternoon, so they kind of uncovered themselves a little bit. But it's going to get cold again, so we'll make sure and cover them all up and say goodnight. You're doing such a good job, Mommy. What a good girl. Here, I'm going to put everything back. Don't worry. Okay, the litter is 2 days old. Let's check on them. It's the next day. See how you're doing. Were you fed? Is what I want to know. Ooh, look at that belly. And, oh wow, this belly. I want to find that really skinny one and see if he got some food. Oh my gosh, look at this huge belly. She probably most assuredly did feed them. Oh, look, his little guy with like a little medium-sized full belly. Okay, so Mama is feeding them. She fed them again this morning. So it's possible that she's just going to feed them in the mornings and not the evenings. Sometimes those feed twice a day, sometimes they feed only once a day. So, okay. Yep, you came over to see what I was doing. It's okay. It's alright, I'm not going to hurt them. The way we feed and house our rabbits is very different than what most people do. And especially with this new diet we're trying out, which is not feeding any pellets or grain, just greens and hay. It's a mystery about how that will work out. I have had a few years of successful litters housing rabbits in a colony, so I'm not so much worried about that. But this is the first breeding season that's starting with just feeding our current diet. So a part of me is worried about, you know, if they'll have enough nutrients to get pregnant and carry a litter and give birth to a litter. And with last spring and this fall, it looks like at least some of our rabbits are able to have enough nutrients to make babies and keep them alive in their bellies and have a normal good birth. And I was a bit worried last spring about milk supply. Some things were happening that I didn't know if it was because we introduced new rabbits in the colony at the same time that threw off the moms, or if they didn't have enough milk. So for whatever reason, Ivy's last litter this spring, before this one, didn't do so well. And Acrobat, while she did feed her babies, her kids eventually died too. I wasn't sure if it was because of not being nursed or something like coccidiosis or something else like that. So it's really good for me to see that Ivy is nursing her babies so far, that she has enough milk for them and they're getting really full. And that also gives me hope for other rabbits that they will have a decent milk supply too. So we're not going to have anything different, like no introducing of new rabbits or no weird things to mess up the breeding season. So we're just going to keep everything as normal and as calm as possible. I'm going to do an extra good job of keeping everything clean so that any chances of coccidiosis are as low as they can possibly be, especially for the babies because they're more susceptible to coccidiosis. And then we'll see how everything plays out, and hopefully we have a lot of litters that live and thrive. So, but we'll just have to see. But so far it looks like the chances of that happening are pretty high.